So much of the reason we don't get our real estate deal is because we're worried about answers to questions we don't need yet. I love you, but you don't need to actually have all the answers before you take the very first step, which is taking action, talking with a motivated seller. But in this, we have 4 common questions that most commonly prevent people from taking forward, and I give you the answers because I love you.
So David, I got a question for you, man. Since nobody got a question for you, I do. So my question to you is, so when you bought your first rental, all right, you own about 9 now.
19.
You own 19 of them.
Yes, sir.
Damn, dude, I'm gonna have 14.
We're in the same ballpark.
Dude, I got some catching up to do, bro. So, David, how did you go from 1 to now owning 19 rentals? Because I know a lot of you know our end goal for a majority of our real estate investors, I would say like 99.9% of the real estate investors, our ultimate goal is to obviously, make more money on our active income and then find a way to obviously buy some of these rental properties. That's the ultimate goal, is get the active over to the passive. So how did you go from owning 1 rental to like owning now 19, and how long did it took you, dude?
Yeah, the number one reason why people stop after 1 rental is because they look at what's on the market, they put a 25% down payment, and now they're out of cash because they have only this fixed income from their job. The way I was able to keep going was I looked for a rundown house. Somebody's willing to sell me that for a discount because they don't want to fix it up. They've got to go do something else. And so I can get a great deal, fix it up, and I can refinance it. And normally, instead of the 25% down, when I refinance it, it's worth 3 times more than what I put into it. So instead of actually putting money down, I get money back. And that's actually it. I just added a rental. The tenant pays for the fixed rate mortgage, and now I've got extra cash to go do the next deal. So I just slowly did that every 9 months, and that's how I was able to get to 19 without running out of money.
Boom. Love it. So once again, anyone has any question for David? If not, I'm going to let him go, and then I'll stay on here with you guys, and then we'll open up for a family Q&A. Going once?
Wait, Jonathan does.
Yeah, okay, Jonathan.
When you're looking for, you're analyzing, you're talking about BRRRR method, buying and renovating, renting, that sort of thing, refinancing. What are you looking for when you're looking for a property, say, run down? What are the numbers that you're looking for when you're analyzing a deal for possibly a wholesale deal as opposed to like finding if it works for you? What does that look like?
Yes. So when I'm looking at a deal, I take the median home price in my city. You can Google it. In Indianapolis, it's $260,000. So I go look for about 50% less than that, and that is my range. 50% less than that up to the median home price. I don't want anything more because if it's worth more than the median, it will have a smaller rental pool. I will have a hard time renting it. So my end goal is to find a property that fixed up, somebody wants to rent it, and I follow the 1% rule. So if it's worth $200,000, I want it to rent for $2,000 a month. Now, I don't want to be all in $2,000. I want to be all in 75% of that. So that would be all in $150,000 worth $200,000, rents for $2,000. So that's how I do my analysis to find a good property that works well for me. That would mean, so if I was looking at a specific deal, I need to know what estimating rehab costs looks like. So quick back of the napkin math, there's 3 levels of rehabs that I would do. So if it needs carpet and paint, I do $15 a square foot. If it also has outdated kitchens and baths, I do $35 a square foot. And if it also needs roof and a new furnace or AC, $55 a square foot. So if it's a 1,500 square foot house, I can quickly say, oh, it's going to be about this rehab. So my maximum offer price is my 75% of ARV, $150 minus the rehab costs, and that's what I can offer. Great question.
That is.
Also, great beard.
Yeah, I know. Anybody else have a question for David? Going once? Going twice? All right.
I got one, sorry.
Hey, what's up, Michael?
Hey, how you doing? I'm just kind of piggybacking off of what John said. So you run the numbers the same way as a wholesale deal, right? I mean, what is the difference? Is it the appreciation value is what you're looking for, when you get into the rental side? Like, what is the difference between a wholesale deal and a rentals deal, if there is one?
Yeah. There's not, usually wholesalers can sell their deals for more than what I buy them for. So that's why I don't buy from many wholesalers, because wholesalers can sell their deal for more than what my analysis was right there, because you have hedge funds and other investors out there that they don't need to find as good of deals. They're happy to buy deals at a higher price, and you guys can make more money selling to them. So we do analyze it, but I would say I'm more disciplined than what a wholesaler needs to be with what I'm buying. And I also look at what the property would rent for. So if the property's worth $260, but I look around and I don't see any houses at all renting for $2,600 per month, I just wouldn't buy it. So that would be the other aspect for me. So yeah, it's very similar. I look for deals like a wholesaler. I analyze deals like a wholesaler. I'm a little bit more strict than most like buyers. So you guys don't even need to be as strict as I am, which is great to make money. And then I also make sure the rents allow me to probably meet the 1% rule for renting in that area for what the house would be worth afterwards.
Okay, thank you. That helps a lot.
Hey, you bet. Thanks for the question.
Just real quick, you say you have 19 rental properties. CEO of DealMachine, besides running DealMachine, besides having this semi-passive income on rental properties, are you also actively finding deals and working on this? You probably have a whole team that does that, but what else are you doing on those companies?
Yeah, I'm actively looking for deals to add to my BRRRR rental portfolio. So last year I did almost a deal every month. So that's about the pace that I'm working at. And the construction process is a lot of moving parts. So I don't want to get too many deals that I have too many non-income producing properties out there for me. So the other aspect to your question is I have an in-house assistant that also handles the property management. So I always believe you shouldn't hire a property manager unless you have 50 properties or you just absolutely can't manage them yourself. Because if you think about how property managers compensated, they get paid like $1,000 the first time they rent a house, So the number one reason for portfolio success in terms of real estate is minimizing vacancy. And the number one reason for vacancy is bad support from their landlord. So if you have a property manager and they're only getting paid $1,000 for your property, the only way they can do it full time is to go find someone 50 or 100 properties. That way they could make 50 or 100,000 per year, like a good livable income. And if they have a portfolio, a customer with that many properties, they're going to focus on the service and attention to those rentals. And for you having 1, 2, or 3, they're really not going to care if you continue on property management or whatever. They're going to focus on the customer with the big portfolio. And so that's why I think it's great and necessary to manage your own properties until you have 50. But then if you get that big, you might as well just hire it in-house anyway. So that's my 2 cents on property management, and that's how I've handled that as well. And there's things you go ahead.
I would say, are we good, guys, or you guys still have a question for David? David, did you want to finish up something?
No, that was good. I think it's a good place to end.
Okay, perfect. David, thank you so much for your time, dude. I appreciate you dropped so much bomb, and there's things that you said, dude, I'll be like, damn, okay, I need to get my deal on top of that. So, David, thank you so much, dude, for your time. I appreciate the value. All right, guys.
Thanks, Khang. Always great to have anytime I get with you. So I really appreciate the opportunity to be with you and to talk with all of your students.
Appreciate you, man.
All right. See ya.
Later, bro.
Thanks for listening to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast. Please leave us a review and follow along wherever you're listening to your podcast.